Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day today. Today is Friday, 2nd of May, 2025. We have been having quite a bit of rain for the past few days, and it's really a lovely day today. As you can see in the background here, it's nice and sunny. It's a little windy, so you may have a lot of wind background in this video, but bear with me. All right, today we're going to talk about the topic, as you can see in the title of this video, is hiking safe in the BVI? Right now, when I first came here, my friends, they told me that yes, they said it's safe to go hiking and stuff. I said, oh really? Because in Trinidad and Tobago we wouldn't do that sort of thing. We wouldn't hitchhike with somebody especially we don't know, right? And so it's really strange and exciting to know that you could hitchhike and feel safe, right? So I think I did it a few times and stuff, it was okay, no problem. I didn't have any issues, no problems. I think one thing though, the driver at that time, he was trying to chat me conversation, but at one point the conversation got a bit personal, I didn't really like that too much, I guess that's how it is, right? Anywho, so now the question is, why do people hitchhike in the BVI, right? A lot of people still do it. Again, it's safe to do it. Now, from East End to Rotong to Tortola, right, there's a taxi service. You could get like a bus, right, that would take you from East End to Tortola. Sorry, from East End to Rotong to Tortola, right? From Rotong to West End, there is no taxi service, right? So from at that point, let's say somebody is working West End or in between from Rotong to West End, they'll have to hitch a ride. Most time they hitch a ride to get from Rotong to West End or anywhere in between that. Or maybe what they will do, if they have a friend that could help, they could hitch a ride from that point. They could hitch a ride or get a ride from that point to wherever they're going, right? But there is no taxi service from Rotong to West End, anywhere between there, right? And that's the reason most likely people would do hitchhiking. Another reason, some people too, that's why most people have trying their best to get a little vehicle, no matter how, get a little vehicle to get them from one point to the next. And then most of the apartments that we have here now, they're basically on the hills or maybe some really crazy areas, and you find that the taxis don't really go in those areas. So some point or the other, they will have to hitch a ride to get to work if they don't have their own vehicle. From East End to, let's say, Trellis Bay to Beef Island, there's no taxi service either. No regular taxi service. One time I was able to get a taxi. I think I came from town or maybe from my home, East End, and I got a taxi to take me to Beef Island. That was fine, no problem. But when I left now, I didn't make arrangements to get back home. So to get from Trellis Bay, Beef Island to my home East End, I had to hitch a ride. It was close to the airport, and I had to stand up there for a little while before I get somebody to drop me to East End, So I said I wouldn't do that again. I really like to beg for a ride. I don't like it. And it took me a while before I got a ride to East End. If there was a point in time I didn't have a vehicle at my access, right, and I live East End, close to the police station, and I'll take my taxi. I'll take a taxi, go from East End to Rotong. I wouldn't go further because I know from Rotong to anywhere like West End there's no taxi service. I wouldn't waste my time to do that, and I can get a taxi easily back from Rotong to East End. So that's easy to do, right? There is no like public service, like public buses and stuff that we have access to. All the taxi service that we have is basically by individuals who have their trade license, and they run a little taxi business service, right? From the airport we have taxis, but those are private taxis, and that's for like when the guests come from the airport, they get a taxi from there, but they don't they pick up those guests and that's it. They wouldn't pick up anybody else like the residents and stuff. Sometimes if you're in town and you see those taxis in town, they would not stop. So bet your bottom don't try to stop them, because they wouldn't stop. They basically, as you call it's called private taxis, and their fare will be a little more expensive than a regular taxi. Now the taxi fare from East End to Rotong, I pay $3 one way. I think it's the same thing as of today. It hasn't changed. And yeah, and let's say now you have to go like off route, as we would say, Let's say you live, for instance, Greenland or maybe Long Look or something, and you want to get the taxi to drop you close to your home or whatever, you probably have to pay a little extra, right? That's fine. And let's say somebody wants to go probably Charles Bay, probably Beef Island, the taxi driver will charge a little extra, right? That's how it works, right? But generally between Road and East End, I think basically the fare is $3. In between that, I'm not too sure how much people pay. Let's say going from Road to Fish Bay, for instance, I don't know how much they charge. Maybe I don't know if it's the same fee or what they do. I don't know for sure about that one, because I basically go from East End to Road. I think that's what I want to share with you today. Another part I want to mention too as well. Hitchhiking is generally safe, right? But a few weeks ago, I saw a post on Facebook where somebody talked about from the driver's aspect, you giving somebody a ride, right? They talked about somebody, apparently some stuff was stolen from the vehicle, right? And after that happened, it apparently happened to them more than once, and they said after that they're not going to give anybody any ride. For me, I don't do it. I do it very on a rare occasion. I will give somebody a ride. That's just me. I don't do it, and yeah, it's up to the driver if they want to give somebody a ride or not, you know. So that's it. That's my video for today. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.